Hearty welcome to all of you. We'll start the session. Over to Sushila Auntie ji. Yes, Auntie. Omkara.
Thank you, Rekha. Thank you. समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। Okay, last class we saw the Mrityunjaya mantra as well as the Arati mantra. Today I am going to tell you about two slokas that we may chant before taking food. So these two slokas are from Bhagavad Gita only. And some may have the doubt that why we should chant or we should say a prayer before taking food. This is to show our respect and gratitude to the food we eat. And the praying before taking food is a common practice, age-old practice, not only in India, even in other countries also, in other cultures also, especially in Western culture. See, before taking food, they sit around the dining table and all of them together, they say a prayer. In India also, in many homes, actually we should do that. And in many homes, from many homes, it is disappearing. But in all the ashrams and in all auspicious functions, we do that. And also we should do before taking food at home also. Then why we should respect our food? Why we should say gratitude to the food we eat? Just a small look into that. From where the food comes. A farmer, so many kilometers away somewhere, he procures the seeds and he prepares the land and he cultivates and then nurture the crop and then he harvests and then sell in the market. From there, the traders buy and take for processing, and again, it travels through so many hands and so many kilometers distance and reaches our town. And from there, the retail shop wala bring it to near our house and we take. So it is a precious gift we are getting. We can say that, oh, we pay the money and buy it, but even if the money is there, the food should be available, is it not? So we should thank the God for providing us food, and we should be able to take the food, and we should be able to digest the food and assimilate the food. For all those processes, we should thank God and show our respect to the food. And this is a sloka from 15th chapter, Purushottama Yoga. He is telling Arjuna, this chapter itself is very supposed to be the most important chapter in Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna is telling, not as Krishna, as son of Devaki, but as a Paramatma, the ultimate truth, the super consciousness, as Brahman. He is telling to Arjuna. That is this sloka. In this chapter, he tells about the creation and the relation between the creator and the created, and how we can come out of this samsara and then get liberation. All those things are described in this chapter. And this sloka, what I am going to tell you, is one among them. Aham Vaishwanaro Bhutva. Aham Vaishwanaro Bhutva. Praninam Deham Ashritaha. Praninam Deham Ashritaha. Pranapana Samayuktaha. Pranapana Samayuktaha. Pajamyannam Chadurvidham. Pajamanyam Chadurvidham. Aham Vaishwanaro Bhutva. Praninam Deham Ashritaha. Pranapana Samayuktaha. Pajamyannam Chadurvidham. Okay. So he says, Praninam Deham Ashritaha. That means all the jivas, they depend on their body to do all the activities in this world. All our karmas, what we want to do, for that we need a healthy body. So they depend on the body. Then, to keep the body healthy, what we should do? We should nourish it. For nourishing, we should take food. For taking food, we should get hunger. When we are hungry, we relish the food. And then the food which is taken has to be digested, and the nutrients should be absorbed, and the nutrients should reach each and every cell of our body. And the energy released from the digestion of food should be stored in the body. Whenever it is needed, we have to use the energy. So those who have got the body, all the pranis, all the jivas, they depend on the body for their activities in this world. So Krishna says, Aham, that means I. He is telling, as I told you, not as the Krishna in the blood and flesh, but as the ultimate Paramatma, Purusha. Aham, I am. Vaishwanara, I am Vaishwanara. What is Vaishwanara? Vaishwanara is Jadaratni. That is expressed as hunger. That is our, the heat of the body, the living principle. So I am Vaishwanara, Jadaratni. The warmth of the body. Okay. I become Bhutva means I become Vaishwanara. Then what I do? Pachami, I digest. Pachami means I digest. Annam, Pachami Annam. That is what is, when you join the word Pajamyannam, that means Pajami Annam. Annam means food. I digest the food. How? Pranapana Samayuktaha. prana, apana, samayuktaha. That is associated with pranas. Prana, apana, there are 5 pranas. So here it is only 2 mentioned, but we have to take into consideration all the 5, because all the 5 pranas are involved in the process. So in association with the pranas, I digest the food. Okay, because praninam deham ashritaha, because all the jivas depend on the body. Then what are the type of food? Chadurvidham. Whatever the food we take, they are of 4 different types. 4 different types of food we eat. Okay. So that is the padartham of the shloka. So let us see little bit in detail. So what we do is we just take the food and swallow. What happens afterwards, we don't know. We don't know, do anything for that. It is done by our involuntary system. But who controls the involuntary system? The science says the blood pumps and the energies are given to the different muscle systems and all it functions involved. How the blood is pumped, who is behind it. So if you think like that, how beautifully Krishna says, aham, I am doing it. Okay. Then first let us see what are different types of food we eat. There are 4 different types, he says. One is the solid food. The solid food we take. That is, we chew that food, chewing and masticating. We masticate and chew and mix with the saliva in the mouth and swallow. That is solid food. Then another type of food is direct swallowing. Directly you swallow. That is liquid food. The solid food in Sanskrit, it is Sanskrit word for it is bhakshyam athava khadyam. Both means solid food. The liquid food which we swallow directly is bhodyam. That is bhodyam. Then there is another type of food we consume by licking. Say for example, lehyam type of semi-solid food. We lick. See, Chavanaprasha, how you consume? We lick. So all the lehyams we lick and consume. That is 3rd type of food. Then 4th type of food is sucking. Just by sucking. Example, we can say, suppose this sugar cane. If we want to eat the sugar cane, of course, we want to suck the juice. We cut it into small pieces, then we masticate it in the mouth, and then we suck it. We have to suck the juice. So these are the 4 types of food we consume, or whatever the food we consume can be put into these 4 groups. Then the food goes inside, and Krishna says, associated with the pranas, I digest the food. So let us see what are these pranas. There are 5 pancha pranas, we say, 5 pranas. That is prana, apana, samana, udana, vyana. Prana, apana, samana, udana, vyana. These are the different types of pranas, or we say pancha pranas. What the prana does is the first or the main out of these 5. It functions between the throat and the diaphragm. between the throat and diaphragm it functions. So the prana maintains heart and lungs and their activities. That is prana. Then apana. Apana is associated with elimination or excretion. Whatever is unwanted, it should be eliminated. So it functions between the navel and perineum, that is at the anus. It is functioning between. So it includes intestine, kidneys, then urinary system, reproductive system. All these are controlled by apana vayu. So if apana vayu is disturbed, all these problems will create. Then samana vayu. This samana vayu functions between navel and the diaphragm. That is, it controls the organs like pancreas, liver, and part of the stomach, then spleen, etc. Okay. And the samana vayu always moves sideways. You know, if you see the sketch of our intestine, sideways, it moves sideways. So it helps in digestion and assimilation of food. Its disturbance causes indigestion. Okay. Then we have udana. It functions above the throat. Its function is above the throat and face, that is sense organs, and the head. Okay. And it is also responsible for the functions of the brain. Suppose, I don't know whether you have observed, a person who is just died, suppose the doctor declares, yes, he is no more. If you touch his legs, it will be very cold. But if you touch the face, it will be still little warm. I have experienced myself, that's why this is because the udana vayu, which is functioning in the brain and the face, that is the last one to leave the body. Last one to leave the body. Then vyana, the word itself tells that it pervades entire body. It is connected with the circulatory system, carries the nutrients with the blood and gives nutrients to each and every cell of our body. Okay. And also this is responsible for the motor impulses and transmission of messages. All these are controlled by the vyana. So these are so this completes the digestion and absorption of our food. So prana pana samayuktaha, associated with the pranas. Pajami annam, aham, I make the food to digest. All 4 types of food. Because praninam dehamasridakha, because the jivas depend on the body, and body has to be nourished and should be kept healthy. So this is one appropriate sloga we chant before taking food. You can find this in Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter, 14th sloka. Okay, if anybody wants to refer and by heart, it is the reference. So let us chant it once again. Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam dehamashritah pranapana samayuktah pachamyannam chadurvidham. Now there is another important sloka that is the one which is usually chanted. That is also from Bhagavad Gita, from 4th chapter. And this also tells about the pervadness of all pervading God. Okay, Paramatma. Everything is God. Okay. Brahmarpanam Brahma Havihi. Brahmarpanam Brahma Havihi. Brahmagnau Brahmanahutam. Brahmagnau Brahmanahutam. Brahmaiva tena gandavyam. Brahmaiva tena gandavyam. Brahma karma samadhina. Brahma karma samadhina. Brahmarpanam Brahma Havihi. Brahmagnau Brahmanahutam. Brahmaiva tena gandhavyam. Brahma karma samadhina. This is usually chanted in many of the Indian houses. And let us see the meaning of it. Brahman. Brahman is the ultimate reality. Okay. That is Nirvikalpa. That is Nirguna Brahman. Brahma Arpanam. Arpanam is Brahman. Arpanam means oblation. What we do here, a metaphor derived from the Vedic ritual yajna is used. Vedic ritual yajna, you know. Okay. That metaphor is used here. So what he says is Arpanam, that what you put as oblation to the fire is Brahman. Havihi, that is the clarified butter and other offerings which we put using a wooden spoon. Okay, that is Brahman. Brahma Havihi. Brahmagno, the fire we use for the yajna. That is also Brahman. Brahmagni. Brahmana Hudam. Who is doing? By Brahman. Brahman is doing. Hudam, offered. Brahman, offering. So Brahman is offering to the fire, that is Brahman, and the offerings, that is Brahman. Brahma eva, eva means only. Brahma eva, Brahma, only Brahma is there. Tena, by him. Brahmana, Brahma eva tena gandavyam. That is, gandavya means it shall be reached. It will be reached. Brahma karma samadhina, by him who is absorbed in action. He will attain Brahman. That is what the meaning is. See, if you use this metaphor, you know that in yajna, in the Vedic tradition, the yajna, there are 4 essential factors. What are the essential factors? One is the deity we invoke. We invoke a deity for you doing an yajna. Okay. Suppose yajna is done for rain. So we invoke Indra and Varuna. Like that. So the deity which is invoked and to whom the oblations are offered. That is one factor. Then the fire in which the offerings are poured, whatever it is, whether it is ghee or firewood, whatever. Then 3, other material things. so many materials, depending upon the, yeah, so many material things are there. Not only the ghee, other material things are also there. Then the fourth important is the yajamana of the yajna, the individual who is doing the yajna. Okay, performing the yajna. So these are the four important factors. What Krishna says, all these are Brahman. What you are offering is Brahman, and the fire is Brahman, and the materials you put is Brahman. Even the tools we use for putting the material is also Brahman. And the person who does is Brahman, and the person who knows about it, he will reach him. That is the meaning of this sloka. So, you know, the Brahman means in the infinite reality. Don't think as Krishna. Okay. Krishna is telling as infinite reality. That is the changeless substratum. So that substratum is operating in our body as Atma, Jivatma. Okay. So one who knows about it, everything is Brahman. Okay. He is liberated. He is liberated. Okay. He can be easily because he sees everything as Brahman. So if you are familiar or if you have heard about Purusha Suktam, Purusha Suktam, usually many people chant. Sahasra Shirsha Purushaha Sahasrakshas Sahasrapat Sapumim Vishwado Vritva Atyadishtadashangulam. Is it not? Sahasra here means many, don't take it as thousand, many. Okay. Can't be counted. So many heads, so many eyes, so many legs. Sapumim Vishwado Vritva. The whole cosmos is covered by him. But still, Atyadishta Dashangulam, some is still there. Even outside the cosmos also it is Dashangulam is still there. So that is the meaning here actually in this sloka. So here we have seen that. So this yajna, our taking food is yajna. It is yajna. Okay. This is our orthodox way of Vedic yajna. But every action we do in Bhagavad Gita considers as an yajna. A mother taking care of the child with lot of love and affection without any personal gain. So that is an yajna. So if you do any karma with no selfish interest, that is an yajna. So here taking the food is an yajna. Okay. So that is the reason why we chant it. This sloka before taking food. To live, we have to eat. When we are hungry, we really enjoy the food. Is it not? So we have to remember that what we are taking is Brahman. What we are eating is Brahman. And who is eating? The person who is eating is Brahman. And after eating, who is digesting it? In the previous sloka I told you, who is digesting it? He is digesting it. That is Brahman. Who is assimilating? That is Brahman. That is why we chant this sloka before taking food. We do the eating process as a yajna. So this sloka is usually chanted in many Indian homes and especially in all the ashrams and in auspicious occasions we chant. So please chant this sloka so that this will give you a little bit of satisfaction also after taking the food. Brahmarpanam Brahma Havihi Brahmagno Brahmanahutam Brahmaiva tena gandhavyam Brahma karma samadhina. I will be winding up my talk and we'll continue in the next class. Okay to Rekha. Thank you very much.